back. What's happening?
Got me.
Oh, you gotta flip it.
Yeah. Flip again.
Let me see.
I got it.
You got it. Okay. All right.
There we
Greetings,
go.
guys. Welcome. This is week 4 of our 30-day detox. And so, of course, I'm going to come and greet you guys and see how it's going today and answer questions, talk about the transition from going from eating raw to now we're going to return back to eating some cooked foods and just what you should maybe begin with. We have a ending your detox guide. You can get it from in the online store. You can download it, and then we also have it as a file inside of the Alkaline Vegan Girls Food. And so, let me see something. I'm working on something here. I'm working on a little dessert. That's what I'm working on here. As I talk to you guys, I just want to, I just want to just touch bases and see how you guys have fared during this 30-day detox. And again, just give some tips on what we're going to be doing after we finish it. Because I know that for some people, they made it clear that they want to continue. And I do too. But we're going to take a little slight break, allow people to order their herbs. For those who want herbs, we're going to allow you to order your herbs. And that's inside of your PDF, the current PDF that you have now. You can actually get that information to order your herbs. And then we'll have a new guide that we're going to be eating from. So stay tuned. I'm going to post that in the next day or two. So we'll have a guide coming out with a menu. We're going to have a few things different. The food is not going to be the same, but we're going to come from a different approach this time, so that we can move into I know it's getting ready to be chilly, so people want to have something warm, so we're going to have things that are going to be a little warm as well during this detox. So it should be fun, it should be a challenge, but it also should be an opportunity for us to, again, enjoy some warm foods, I should say. So right now what I'm in here doing is greetings, is just getting ready for to make a little dessert, go with my salad afterwards, and something that I can eat on throughout the week. It's always great, you want to have something to snack on or whatever. So that's what I'm going to have do with this. And so I'm just getting my apples all ready so that I can that dog getting on your nerves, so that I can, I'm going to just put them in my food processor and chop them up some. I'm not going to make like applesauce with it, but I'm just going to chop it up a little bit just so I don't have to chop it up. How about that? So, but I've been thinking about the detox, and what it's done for me. And I really would love to hear what the detox has done for some of you all as well. I had a sister in the group that shared her testimony. So far, she's come off of medications, diabetes, I think, high blood pressure, I believe. They changed her medication for her high blood pressure. And that's been, within 30 days. So it really, it does take work. It does take, discipline. But once you get to that place that you know that this is what you want to do, then it's like, you just work with it, basically. You just work with it. So, let's see. Oh, did y'all see? Hi. Hey, Nora. What's going on, sweetie Petey? That's my girl. Did y'all see this beautiful soursop I have here?
What's it do?
I got some soursop. And I'm excited about that. So it's pretty much, most of them are ready. So I have to just peel them and then freeze it until I'm ready to eat it. Because if not, I'm not going to eat all of this right now. So I may offer some soursop juice for those that are local. If you want to enjoy some of the soursop with me. Let's see. So I'm just getting this little mess up so I can keep going. But so I was thinking too, I was like, so many things take place when you cleanse your system, you know what I'm saying? And some of the things that I have noticed is good bowel movements, of course, elimination of waste, stagnant, fluids and stuff that's stuck to the walls, all of that, stuff was moving out. Um, Clarity of thinking that has happened over these 30 days, going into the last stretch of the 30 days. Um, Less, like, I know inflammation, like I had inflammation in certain spots that I can see has, like, really gone down significantly. Um, I had days when I really was tired. The last couple of days I felt tired. I needed to rest. I did rest, stayed in the bed, got as much rest as I could. And so that's part of the detox, you know what I'm saying? Like, really got to a point where I didn't really want to eat a lot. So I was okay with, some soursop. And so I was okay with the food, the menu. It got to a point where I was good with that. So that was pretty much, I experienced. I probably lost a couple of pounds, but I'm looking forward to gaining a few more pounds back, putting that back on, because that wasn't the purpose of it. But that's a side effect. You can lose weight. So what else? With the detox, energy, felt more energized. On the days that I wasn't feeling tired, I really felt good. And so, and I know many of you have your own stories to share. And so I'm really looking forward to having you all share your stories with me. And there was a sister that was going to come on, but I wasn't sure of the time, and I didn't write her name down. I may can go back on my phone. And so this week when I do another live, I will make sure that she is with me so I can have her come up on there and give her testimony, because she definitely has I've seen a few testimonies so far, really, and it's just been powerful. And so, as I said, we're leaving out of this week, the fourth week. I think on Tuesday will be the end of the detox. On Tuesday when we get up, our detox will be over. And so, many of us may be thinking in our minds, like, I'm going to hurry up and eat such and such or whatever. You're thinking about the foods that you haven't had a chance to eat. And I have been thinking about it too. I tell you the truth. I have also been thinking about different foods. And so I just want to say, you got to go easy, because if not, it hurts. It does hurt you. And you do have to go easy when you first start back eating foods. Solids or cooked foods, I should say. So go easy. Your mind may be saying a lot of things, but your body is still in control. And so, like I said, we're going to go from this, maybe take about 7 to 10 days before we do another detox. And if you feel as though you want to continue, that's because you know how your body feels. You know how your body feels. So if you feel as though you want to continue, then you should make plans to continue. And so we are going to eat cooked while we're not detoxing, but we're going to eat sensibly. So we're going to do some soups. We're going to do salads. Still eating our fruit first thing in the morning. That's how what your body wants. So you need to, we're going to respect what our body desires. And so, keep that in mind. Still doing your fruit. So go out to the market, pick up your fruits, so that you can, be prepared. You don't want to run out and then you find yourself, well, dang, I was out, I didn't have anything. So before I knew it, I got one of them veggie burgers, or I don't know, maybe you got some French fries or something. So you don't want to do that. You don't want to hurt yourself, like that. So make plans, go to the market, still finish out the week, And then on the day Tuesday when we get up, everybody have your water still, have a smoothie, eat some fruit. Don't feel like, okay, good, now I'm gonna get me some quinoa or some kamut puffs or some what else be like fonio or whatever. No, we can't do that because we are definitely going to hurt ourselves. So you want to take it easy, okay? Um, mm. These wet nuts are so good. I got a little trail mix here. Wet well, they're hot. Well, we hydrated the nuts and they're not soaking wet, but you can just tell that they've been soaked. No jackfruit. Jackfruit's not on Dr. Sabi's nutritional guide. I don't even want to squish it. And soursop. Mm-hmm. Mm. You thought it was today, Tracy. I'm scared of you, Tracy. What did you... I'm not even going to get started. Mm. So what I'm going to do is make a walnut and date crust. And then we're going to do our apples. And we're just going to let it, put it in the refrigerator. I'm going to do the apples in the food processor just to help slice them up and stuff like that. That's going to really help get the seasonings in there because it's not being baked. So it's kind of like a little extra step we can do and help the spices and all of that be absorbed in the sweetness. I was trying to think for my sweetener. I want dates with my apples. I'm trying to think. I might throw some dates in there too. That's what I might do. Mm-hmm. Yes, Tracy, I certainly do love you too, sister, and adore y'all. All of you guys are special. So, the dates, just taking out my, taking out the pits. Remember to take your pits out of the dates, because if you don't, you'll have a surprise in your mouth when you try to bite into something. You'll have that pit in there. And if you have a good blender, sometimes a blender will try to break the pit up, but it's kind of hard to do that with a date. So remember to take your pits out. That's all. I'm just kind of food prepping as I talk, for this dessert that I'm making. And I was sharing last night, I made this delicious, like a sundae with the fruits. I had a smoothie bag really with mangoes, berries, mixed mangoes, strawberries, blueberries, and I think that's it. Mango, strawberries, and blueberries. And blended that up, added my dates and everything, and some coconut milk, and got that going, and it was pretty good. So I said, man, this is ice cream, because it was really thick. And so I decided what I would do is treat it like ice cream, and I made a sundae. So I just layered one of my mason jars, and I put the wet nuts and banana slices and date syrup, coconut cream. And I don't know, some of you guys may have detoxed with me in the past, and we did like a parfait. And so this was similar to that parfait, but it was ice cream instead of it being like a pudding. So it was delicious. I felt like, man, I've been tricked all my life eating, bad stuff that was creating a lot of excess mucus in the body. Like instead of having dairy, you feel like you can actually have some really good ice cream with that nut milk and add some fruit to it, and if you don't want the milk, then it would be more like a sorbet or a sherbet. Remember sherbet ice cream? So it'll be more like that, which is still good. You know, it just depends on. Hi. Hi, Miss E. So yeah, um, just a lot that we can do with these fruits and these vegetables, really. But we're going to make the walnut crust simple. Just gonna put dates and walnuts, and I did soak my walnuts just because it's just a good habit to soak the walnuts, soak your nuts before you eat them. A lot of times, you know, when we buy nuts and it's like a small pack, it's on the go. It makes it difficult to soak then, of course. So you just probably just munching on those. But like, if you buy like a big bag of nuts and you're using them on a regular, consistent basis, then you just get in the habit of rinsing them off and soaking them overnight. It's good to soak them, especially if you're gonna make like the walnut salad. Like we had a dish that we used the walnuts, so it was good to soak them then. And then also, it's good too. Like if you want to use them, you can dry them back out after you wash them, because what happens is the walnuts have and most of the nuts and even the grains have a protective coating, so to speak, on them that makes it very difficult for the body to absorb the nutrients. It's like a defense mechanism some of the fruits and vegetables have against pests and other invasions that come to destroy the crop. They have this stuff over it that can create like bad reactions. So we want to wash that off, because if not, then that's keeping us from being able to absorb the nutrients from that, that's in those nuts or grains as well. So it's a habit that you can work towards, achieving if you just think about it and you plan your food. It'll give you an opportunity. So you have your food dehydrator. You can do your nuts in advance, and then you can even put them in your dehydrator and dry them back out. And that would be, if you wanted to have them as a snack later, they would be, pre-soaked and dried out again. So that's always a good habit. It's a good habit. We don't do that. We don't always do everything right, but it's always good to know something that you should be doing, and if you desire to, elevate your level of eating healthier, you'll have that information handy. So, excuse me. So like I said, I'm just going to chop these up. But I wanted to also highlight a little bit about just staying healthy, working on our health, because as many of us know that things are not letting up. We're in a time where we're getting ready to go into the colder months, and people are more prone to get winter illnesses during this time. And so we want to continue to strengthen our systems. And, I know that the defense systems in our body act a lot like, if you think about the natural, let's think about this country and the defense systems that we have in place for even this country. We got the armed forces, we got the Navy, the Army, the Marines, the Navy SEALs, the National Guard. So we got our defense for this country. And so our body has its own defense system as well. And so we have our skin as one form of defense. And so that's why we always say, whatever you put on your body, you need to make sure it's something that is healthy for your body, because your skin is the first line of defense. So if you're putting things on your body that's going to be absorbed into your skin, then you want it to be something that is going to be beneficial for your body. And so the skin is the first line of defense. Around our fingernails, we got our perineum. That's going to keep your seal. It's a seal underneath the nail, around the nail. Inside of our nasal, we have the hair that's in our nasal. That's going to help remove toxins. Even the mucus that's in our nasal section is beneficial. So not all mucus is bad. There are things that we need to have moistened, and so that's what that mucus is doing. So we got the skin, we got the nose, the nasal passage as a line of defense. Then we also go into the body, and where we can also do things to strengthen our defense system in there, because we have organs that work to defend us. We have our lymphatic system, we have cells that actually help to fight. Our bone marrow is going to help to defend us. The inside of the bone marrow, we have like T cells, and our white blood helps to remove foreign invasions. So, and then we also have the thymus gland that's helpful, that's going to fight against the foreign invasions and the toxins and cells that come to destroy the body, cancer cells and other types of cells that come with pathogens and things like that. And so cleansing the system that's what it's doing. We're helping all of these things so that they can continue to defend for us. Now the body is genius. You know, the creator did it perfect. So the body is able to fight off foreign invaders even when it's not at its optimal. Just like any defense system, just like with the military and the armed forces. If they're only as strong as their weakest link. So you want to make sure that the systems are fortified and built up and strengthened, and so that when times of trouble come, like in times of war, you know, they'll be able to withstand against the different attacks. And so just like our bodies in times of like now we got this pandemic going on, we have the winter months coming where you got respiratory illnesses going to be on the rise. So things like that we already know are coming are here. So we need to be doing things that are going to continue to strengthen and prepare us for what's going on, you know? And so that's what it's about. You know, if we don't do that, then we fall prey to other things that illnesses, and we don't want to do that. We don't. Yes, Bonita, that's right. You know, our defense system has to be top notch. You know, just like greetings, Jessica. Just like with the military forces, you want the top notch people to be fighting. You know, to be defending, and it's the same way. So we have to keep that in mind. So right now, guys, look, I'm sipping on. This is really, really bitter. These are my bitters, I would say. But this is burdock leaf, not the root, the leaf. Inside of the leaf, it is super bitter. It almost reminds me of dandelion leaf, like the dandelion root. You know, we drink that. We say it tastes like a little bit like coffee. So, but this is bitter like the dandelion leaf as well. And it's good for iron. It's good for, I'm not sure if it has the potassium in there, but I know the iron is there, and we all need that. So it has a lot of other benefits, and I'll talk a little bit about that in a few minutes. Let's see if these are charged up enough that I can wear them. Let's see. I think it's on. Can you guys hear me? I'm sure you can hear me. Okay, yeah, so it's, let me see. Can you guys hear me? Okay. All right, that's my little tester back here to see if I can hear myself and how things are looking. Look, I'm just ready to just dig and fluff my hair out a little more, but it's okay. All right, so one thing, you know, so as I was saying about our defense system, we want to make sure that we definitely get optimal, have our bodies functioning at an optimal level, you know, because we don't want to be against, you know, have a lot of deficits, you know, going into these different times and different seasons. We don't want to have a lot of deficits. And what I mean by deficits is pre-existing conditions, or That's the main thing. We want to eliminate pre-existing conditions that make us vulnerable to certain illnesses, right? And so we want to do that, and we also just want to be, if you don't have any pre-existing conditions, you just want to strengthen your defense system. Like I was saying, dealing with the lymph system is very key, you know, your lymphatic system, and that's all throughout the body. We have the lymph system, the lymph nodes, all throughout the body. So I want to just say thank you guys for joining me today on YouTube. We have anybody that's on YouTube right now? YouTube is, I don't really do YouTube a lot, but I'm going to do more YouTube videos. So I do want to acknowledge YouTube because at some point in the week, I see different people sending different comments, so I know they come back and watch the replay. So definitely thank you. All right. So, oh, good. You can hear me good, Shirley. And let's see. Benita, you said we look similar. Really? I can't click the thing. I'll definitely go out and see. You my kindred sister. Let's see what I got here. Make sure I know what I'm doing. Plugged in. I need to stop babysitting this. Let me go ahead and drink it. Woo. I used to drink liquor. I used to take shots, so guess what? This is nothing compared to a shot. I won't say it's nothing. It's definitely strong. Woo. Alright, so let's see. I'm going to take this off for a second. So yeah, really like what I'm doing is I'm cooking, I'm preparing this food, I'm talking. I want you guys to just see it's an easy situation. It doesn't have to be, you know, too troublesome for us to prepare foods that we're going to enjoy. You know, at some point, it's just what it is. We're going to be doing this. So I think what I'm going to do first is make my walnut crust, which I have my walnuts here. And I'm just going to start with just a few at a time. Beautiful. That's definitely the way to be. Holistic approach. Well, health and wellness is so important. I want this crust to be super duper delicious. I have to sow some more nuts. So I wanted to make something else too. So I'm gonna hit these first and then I'll add my nuts in a second. That happened really fast, didn't it? I almost feel like I wanna. That's a little bit heavier than I like. It's gonna be still. It's gonna be really good. What's this like? I feel like I want to help this out a little bit, so I'm going to cut these a little and then get them all prepared so they can go inside of my pan here so we can get that going. But yeah, so get the defense system built up. When you get the defense system built up by, yes, cleansing it is important, and also just maintaining it. So you have to continue to eat good. You have to eat healthy. You have to be conscious of what you put in your body. You know, you have to read ingredients, read the labels. Don't get caught up in the marketing. The marketing is definitely there to entice you to purchase the product. And so sometimes the marketing can be so good that we don't even read the ingredients until we get home, and it's like, wow, I didn't even realize that was in there. And so be mindful of that while you're out shopping, while you're, when you're getting ready to eat. Of course, not saying that people can't eat what you want to eat, sure, but you definitely want to have quality foods. If you're going to eat something, you want to eat quality. You definitely. It's amazing that some of these places are still in business after all these years of, poisoning people basically. No matter what information comes out about certain places, they're still filled up with patrons. Um, it's just, it's crazy to me sometimes. I go past some places and I'm like, really? They still got long lines, really? Let's see. Those dates made it work hard. And I'm gonna make it work harder because I want some dates. Yeah, I want to add a little bit more. So it could be sweets. Hopefully, I got some date syrup too to go in here. Yeah, so this time we're gonna do the detox. We're gonna have herbs. We're gonna do our herbs. So make sure that you guys, make sure that you get your herbs in so that you can be ready for them. We want to start out the gate with the herbs because we've already been prepping our system. We haven't had, we've been doing the detoxing for 30 days, eating raw. It's a great time to just go ahead and start infusing the system with herbs because the body is so ready to receive those herbs. It's like we've already did a lot of work already. So that's looking pretty good. You can, tastes good. So I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna put this inside of the spring pan, and then I'm gonna press down on it so I can make sure that it's flattened before we add anything else to it. I'll show you guys how it looks. So right now I'm just gonna load it up. As you saw, I just threw some nuts in there. I didn't have 2 cups, 3 cups. I just eyed it really. And just this, how I was thinking how I want my crust to be, how much crust I want. Do I even want a lot of crust or a little bit of crust? In terms of thickness. And I want it to be thick. I want the crust to be able to hold the fruit because the fruit is going to have some moisture to it. So when we slice it, I want that crust to be able to hold the fruit, the apples that we have that's going to go on top. I'm going to show you how it's coming out right now. As you can see, we just really are loading it up and pressing it down. That's pretty much how we're doing that. It's really no magic, it's no magic, it's no particular way. You just do what you feel like you want to do. If you want to put your hands in here and push down with it, you can. If you want to put something else in here, you can. You can add more things to it. It's totally up to you. In terms of, I just stick within the nutritional guide when I make things, and that's what I use as my guideline. So what I'm doing is making a little dessert here for later on. We go at the salad, and every Sunday after we finish doing the live stream, try to feed my team here with me. They're not doing detoxing, but they will eat the foods that we eat. So I'm going to prepare something for them, and I like to have a little dessert for them as well. So we're doing this apple pie, apple tart, whatever you feel like calling it. Well, that's what we're doing, and it's all raw. So we have our dates, You see? You got a date crust. That's the crust. Now we can add more if we wanted to, but I like it like this. We have some left over to do maybe some sprinkles on top. So what I need to do now is take this out, and I'm gonna put it in this dish here. Excuse me. I'm just gonna put it right here for right now, the time being, because I'm gonna use that glass bowl that I have already. So this turned out to be a jewel right here. I'm really enjoying this food processor. Really enjoying it. So I have some left over, as you can see. I'm just going to take it out, put it right here, and I probably could use this for my sundae, because I'm going to do a sundae. So this will be a great layer. And see, it just as you go with it, it can turn into something. You know, one thing you may be thinking about doing one thing, and then it may turn out to be something else. I have had a lot of failed dishes. You know, well, but the thing about it is, what I was trying to make may not have turned out all the way what I wanted it to be. But I didn't throw the food away. I just kind of like repurposed it and turned it into something else. Because the ingredients were still good, So if you don't do too much with your spices and overdo it with the seasoning, you can sometimes salvage even a dish that may not be everything you want it to be at that moment, So I'm going to just set this right there. And then I'm going to work on the apples. Excuse me. I'm gonna tell y'all something that I learned the hard way. I purchased 2 blenders, right? As soon as I told you guys where I got that blender from and the name of that blender, they went up on the price. Because people started going over there, I guess, and buying these blenders. But so my daughter went to get the blender, and she could tell what I paid for it initially, and then it was higher, the price. It was almost like $100 more. So Jen said all that to tell you. I'll tell you what it is later, okay? Because I'm not trying to let them go up on the price just because I'm sitting here saying what it is. And y'all go over there, and then the price starts going up. But I would say just about any food processor probably would be a good one. I did see a smaller one, and I thought about that, and I like usually getting like little small mini things, but I figured I probably could use a bigger one because I think I'll use this. I'll make more things. I think I'll, make more things with it. So let's see. I just want to give this a try and see. See, I'm just coming up with this like right here off the top of my head. Just trying to see, because I would normally do it differently, how I would slice and process my apples. Okay, good. That looks good. So we got a winner. That's easier than chopping it up. So what I'm gonna do is put this over here for now until I'm ready for it, and then I'll come back to it just to make some space here. And I'm gonna take some of this out. That could get chopped down some more. And I love using dates. I really don't like the agave too much, only because it's been so processed now. It's like agave is becoming mainstream. And since they know so many people like it and want it, the demand for it has gotten higher you know, and so they sometimes when the demand is high, the quality goes down because they're trying to get it out for the people. And so, you know, you have to really look into the agave and how it's processed and read up on it just to see if it's going to be hurting you or helping you in terms of the glycemic index and things like that. You know, in terms of the sugar, how it's going to be processed in your body is important, you know. Hi, Candace. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll put these dates in here too because I definitely want to get the dates in here so it can become sweeter. I have date syrup as well that I'm going to use, but you gotta layer it. You gotta layer it. That's so important. When you're making a dish, you can layer it. And so we really don't have, since you know we're eating raw, we're not putting this in the oven. So what I'm gonna do is by me kind of slicing up the apples, that's gonna help infuse it with the flavors. It's gonna get in there. It's almost like how you would do meat. Remember how you would do meat? You would poke it and beat it and tenderize it. So that was helping it. So when you got ready to put your spice on there, it was easily to absorb. And that's pretty much what we're doing here. All right, so.
No question.
Uh-huh.
Does it make a difference what kind of apples you use?
I prefer the green apples. I do like, I like the red, but I like the green because through research. It's hard. Once you learn something, it's hard to deviate. And so the green apples are supposedly the ones that they use the less pesticides on. And so I always go for organic. Hi, Eleanor. I always go for organic apples because I know they use the less pesticides. And if apples are heavily sprayed anyway. So I choose the organic and I try to get the green because they say the green had less, you know, it's treated better, basically. like Dr. Stevie said, you know, when we go into the grocery store, at this point, we're choosing from the lesser of the worst because we really don't have a lot of good selections right now, you know, because of the way the land is changing, the earth, the dirt, you know, the soil has been depleted of a lot of minerals, and so a lot of things are different. Dates in here now, and we are also going to add some date syrup, and that's going to be enough apples right now. Get these dates off of here. So that's the story of the apples, and some people will say that these apples aren't good, period, you know, but we'll be stuck going at this thing all day if we really get to talking about what's good, what's not good. So we gotta eat something, right? So I just try to choose wisely, and that's all I can tell you. Choose wise about what you eat. So just making this apple pie, apple tart, and apple snack. Because if it's once I get all of this in here and it's, you know, too much for the pie pan, then this would be leftovers for me to do something else with. Never fail. It will be eaten. So that's pretty much what we got going on with this. And so I'm going to layer the pan with the fruits, and then I'm going to add more spices. I'm going to add some spices. I haven't added anything in there yet. So I'm going to do that. All right. We'll get the rest out. Trust me, it won't go to waste. So I'm going to start adding a little bit more spices. This is what it's looking like, guys, right now. And this really could be a salad, an apple salad, where you could just eat this as it is. You would add a few more things to it, if need be, like some maybe lime juice, some more date syrup will go in there. Mulberries are good in the apple pie. So we have a few other things we can add to it. I just thought about those mulberries too. So I'm just add a few mulberries to it. Mulberries are a really good snack if you're not up on your mulberries. They are really, really good. I will say one thing about it. They keep the little teeny little stem on there that came from off the tree. So, but you can eat them right up. They don't bother you. They don't hurt or anything like that. You want to take some mulberries? I know, honey. The mulberries are delicious. Yes, they are. So we're gonna add a little bit of Ceylon cinnamon. We know that the cinnamon, Dr. Saley recommended or used. I wouldn't say he recommended it, but he did use the cinnamon. And once we saw him use the cinnamon, everybody said, "Oh, we can use cinnamon." Oh, you do, Kim? Good. I found some mulberries. Yeah, they are so sweet and delicious. And the light colored mulberries are the sweeter ones. They're sweeter than the dark ones. Talked about that last week, remember? So we got our cinnamon. I don't have my clove here, which is fine. So I'm gonna have cinnamon. So mixing that up. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna step out the camera for just a second. You can still hear my voice, and then I'm gonna go over here and grab me some tamarind right quick. So it's like with tamarind, to me, it's another choice than lime juice because it has that tart. The tamarind is definitely has more nutrients than lime juice, so I like using tamarind. And just a little bit, because think of it as lime juice when you use tamarind. In this case, tamarind can be used in a lot of different ways. So just in this case, think of it as lime juice. And I'm just gonna get that mixed around here a little bit. And so, all right, that's it. Really, it's not a whole lot to it. And you can add more things. You can add less things. If we have currants, that would be good in here too. So that's a little date syrup, and we're adding the date syrup. Just continue adding a little bit of sweet. And dates are not as sweet as agave. Dates are not as sweet as sugar. So just keep that in mind when you are working with dates. It's not as sweet, And sometimes you have to remember that, especially if you're making things for people whose taste buds are not adjusted and they still like sugar, This is not sweet to them. Not as sweet. It's like a little bit. You think it's sweet to you, but then when they taste it, it's just like, oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Sorry. It's really delicious. It's almost perfect. Almost perfect. Can't let y'all see everything. Close your eyes.
What is that?
Close your eyes. It's a little something. That's some salt. That's all I need. A little pop to elevate this dish. All right, so it's starting to marry. That's my word with my food. It's coming together. Trust me, this can be eaten just, you can put this in a little dish like this, or bigger. You can add walnuts right on top like that. You can even add some coconut cream on top. I don't know if you all remember back in the day, we get some the apple slices from McDonald's, or the apple salad that had the apples, the grapes, and the yogurt. You can make that. That's what it really is very similar to that. So I'm trying to decide. I wanted to add a little bit of tamarind, but I think it's okay. We'll just add a little bit more date syrup. And that's gonna be enough. So now we got our center, our filling I should say, ready for the pie filling. And then that'll be it. So you can just let it set out and continue to just get right happy together. Let all these flavors come together. The apples, the date syrup, just a little bit of cinnamon, clove if you have clove will be excellent. And pinch of sea salt. And you know, if you want to add more things to it, you can. Like I said, currants. We got mulberries in here. You'd be surprised. Sometimes a little goes a long way. So I'm gonna just, now the apples that I have, what I'll do with these is put these away, and then I'll eat these later. I'll make another pie this week or something like that, because it's delicious. You know, let me tell you guys something real quick. I got these beautiful, they're so ready. I really gotta open them up tonight and eat some and put some in the freezer. Soursop, these just came in. I'm not sure if these came from Trinidad or it's in the Caribbean. I'm not sure. But this is the time of the year. When I was in Honduras, this was the time when I got to Honduras, like mid-September to end of September. This was the time for soursops, and I was just like blown away because they were everywhere. And I would pay for a soursop this size right here in the States is probably $15. Over in Honduras, this was like 50 cents. Just because they know that it's supposed to be a healing fruit, they make it so expensive. Everything, it's just not right. It's not right. That's not nice, as my girlfriend would say from Honduras. It's just not nice. So, now I'm just going to put this inside of the pan. That's it. This is the pan. We got our walnuts and we got our dates crust. And so I'm just going to put this right inside as much as I can get in there. Looking good. Want, you can make some ice cream to go with this, frozen bananas and some coconut milk, and maybe a couple of dates if necessary, but it will be so delicious on top of this. Or we can add nuts, put some more nuts on the top of this. You know, it's up to you. How much you want to go with it, you know, go for it. It's up to you.
So to make your ice cream, would you freeze your bananas?
Yeah, freeze your bananas first, and then you just blend them up in your food processor. And I actually have some bananas. Well, I already have some ice cream made, kind of sort. So I got so much stuff going on. But the ice cream is really simple. You can use just bananas and a little bit of coconut milk and blend. And your banana should be really ripe and sweet in order for your ice cream to be really, you know, desirable. You don't want a half-ripe banana. All right, so what I'm going to do is, I could keep filling it up, but I'm good with it that height. And the crust is so thick that I'm even good with not adding crust to the top, because I think we got a good crust on the bottom. Now, because we like to eat over here, if we need to, we will crumble some crust on the top, okay? So I'm just gonna sit this over here on top of the stove and just let it do what it do. I'm gonna put could put a little plate over it. Excuse me, guys. I'm just gonna put this on the top of it. And then what I'm going to do is put this in here. Put my apples in this bowl. And so, you know, what I'm gonna do this coming back this week is I'm gonna make a quick soup for us to show you guys. Like, our soup doesn't have to take a whole lot of work. It could just be really, really simple. I mean, I make a quick soup or a stew. Sometimes I call it a stew. I make that like within 30 minutes. And so sometimes what you can do is have some of your ingredients, like if you want to add chickpeas or something to your stew, you will already have your chickpeas cooked. So that's not having, you don't have to soak them and cook them and all that. That just takes up way too much time. So we do that. And let me see some. Taste this now. See how you like that? Really simple. Your children can help you in the kitchen make this. You can, you know, they're definitely going to enjoy that, you know, right? It's delicious. So just imagine you can have something like this as a breakfast, you know, after you have started your day. You've had your water, you had some tea, you know. This one hurt. So what we're going to do now is just transition this little mess over here real quick for you guys so I can not have too much mess going on. But I also want to just, you know, reiterate about the immune system. Well, I don't really want to say the immune system because, you know, I've heard other people say that it's really not an immune system. It's your body's defense system. But I interchange with that because we've been conditioned to say immune system. But it's okay. You know what I'm talking about. The body's defense, natural defense system, and just really strengthening our systems. And that's our main reason why we detox this month. We wanted to help the body to remove that feces, compacted feces. We wanted to have the body to help the body to remove toxins and waste and pathogens from out of the system. We also wanted to remove excess mucus from the body. So the detox is actually very necessary and very beneficial. And so one thing I like to say is we have our own timeline for things. You know, we say, well, we only want to do it for 30 days. I only want to do it for 2 weeks. I only want to do it for 1 week. And that's good. You have to start where you can. You have to start where you can, and that's a good thing, just getting started. But also just keeping in mind that you have to learn how to do what's best for the body. As we do talk with our children as they were growing up, or as you're working with young children now, you have to remind them of why they're needing to do certain things because it's good for the body. Not necessarily always what you want, but it's still good for the body. And so, I was gonna put these apples in here. I can just do that because I don't mind it having that sweet on there. I just have some apples cut up. I can snack on tonight and tomorrow. One thing about fruit, you just have fruit around. If you have it around, you're gonna eat it. You know, if you don't have it around, then it's almost like you're setting yourself up. If you don't have the fruit in your house, if you don't have your avocados, if you don't have something to make a salad with, you're gonna end up falling short somewhere. So you definitely want to, Bonita say yes, put some crust on top. Yes, we probably, trust me, Bonita, we probably end up putting some crust on top. It's really that good. But you know, as we relate to our body's defense system, I just want to go back there again because it's really important, guys, as we prepare for the winter months to do what is best for us. Like I just had some of that, the burdock leaf tea. It doesn't taste good. I don't care even if I put some sweetener in there, it's not going to taste good. So in my mind, and the way you look at things too, is it's going to be better for me. It's going to be good for me. It's going to be healing for me. And so we have to get past that as we do as children. You know, as a child says things like, I don't like that. I don't want to eat this. I don't like the way that looks. But we have to get past that. You know, remember how mom used to give us things that didn't taste good, like cod liver oil. And sometimes she would even put like the baby aspirin. They would put it in a spoon, add a little water, try to make it so it was palatable for us to enjoy it. But you know, it just comes a time when you grow up, you gotta just do what's best for you. And just like we're detoxing, you know, we don't always want to be detoxing. You know what I'm saying? And good thing we don't have to detox all the time, because if we did, then it would be kind of boring, you know. Every time I turn around, we're talking about detoxing. So yeah, we do it when we need to, and then we come off of it when we need to, because you want to make sure that you replenish your body. So these next 7 to 10 days, what we're going to do is replenish some. We're going to enjoy some wild rice. That's easier on the system. It's not a grain, it's a grass. So we're going to have wild rice. We're going to soak it, bloom it, and then we'll cook it. We're going to have our mushrooms. We can bake them if you want. You want oyster mushrooms, we can do oyster mushrooms. But we're going to put them in the oven. We can also saute them. We can barbecue them, put barbecue sauce on them. So we can do something different than just frying them. And maybe you can fry them, but you just can't fry them day 1. You may can fry them day 10. You know, you might can get some fried mushrooms. So it's like we have to just be good to ourselves, you know. Yeah, that cod liver oil, my mom used to give us that. And even though it was nasty, she didn't stop giving it to us just because we said, I don't like that, I don't want that. And she lined us up, it was 4 of us. She lined all 4 of us up and we all took it, you know. And things are different. We're not giving out cod liver oil now. Now we're giving out bladderwrack, burdock root, burdock plant, sarsaparilla. We know different now, so we're doing things different than what we used to. When we came up on elderberries, elderberry syrup. So definitely everything that's going to help strengthen the system, and that's what we have to be mindful of, you know, as we move out of the summer months and we go into the winter months. We have to be very mindful of just taking care of ourselves, and especially since we know that we're in this situation with the respiratory illness. You know, we don't want to be caught off guard during this time. And I owe somebody some respiratory tea. I'm going to make sure you get your tea this week. I just remembered that. I apologize to you, sister. We had some back orders that we were filling, and I sent your order out, but I did not send your respiratory tea, and we would make sure that you get that this week. And people, who received their sea moss. Some people got their sea moss on Saturday. Some got it on Friday. Some got it on Thursdays. It was going out every day. It's going to continue to go out every day this week, with an exception of maybe 1 or 2 days. But for the most part, we're going to be putting out sea moss. It's taking us longer because, as I expressed to you guys, we're making sure that we process it properly. We clean it so that when you get it, you won't be totally surprised to see some of the things. Like I was cleaning it out the other day, I saw seashells in there. It's definitely out the ocean. It's definitely a wild sea moss, so it's beautiful too. But we're getting it out and look for it. We'll also do our sea moss gel like Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. So we'll be shipping out sea moss gel preferably Monday and Tuesday, I should say. So we'll be shipping out sea moss gel most likely on Tuesday. As we go to the office tomorrow, we can process the orders and see what we have available. So sea moss gel will be going out on Tuesday. Starting back on tomorrow, we'll be shipping more sea moss out. Sea moss will go out Tuesday, and sea moss will go out on Wednesday, Friday, and again on Saturday, as long as the post offices are open. We'll be shipping Thursday, maybe a downtime where we are processing orders and just taking a break from actually packing to actually getting on the computer, doing labeling and things like that. So I just wanted you all to know where we are in that process. So Another thing that I want to do is, always got to make me a salad and get ready for dinner and things like that. Like today, it's been an easy day, a light day. Um, I don't even think I just had water today. Had a little fruit. Oh, I had this. Isn't she a beauty? Oh, let's see. Where's that? I thought maybe put away. This, oh, right here. This is I can't even talk. Mango, my goodness. This mango is so delicious. I lost my train of thought thinking of it. It's from Brazil, and the ones that I usually get are from Mexico. This is so delicious, guys. I mean, if you see one like this at the Asian market, it's a little more expensive, but trust me, you are going to be so happy that you got this mango. It's different. It tastes different than this one, but they're both delicious. So, as you can see, I'm gonna be mangoing it out this week. So that's my fruit of choice for the week, and my seeded grapes. And so I'm going to do my my salad when we get finished here and transition. And I'll later on I'll show you guys what the pie looks like. Yes, they are so delicious, the mangoes. I'm so happy about mangoes. In Honduras, they have so many varieties of mangoes. The whole city of La Ceiba smelled like mangoes during mango season. I mean, it was just unbelievable. How luscious Honduras is, and even these soursops that's grown all. It's just a beautiful country, it's really a beautiful country. And so I'm going to go ahead and transition now off of here, get into the kitchen, get some things cooking for my girlfriends. Since they're doing cook, I'm doing raw, and I could tell you guys this, I've been able to cook for them oyster mushrooms and sandwiches afterwards. And I've just been determined that that's not what I want. And so, and as much as I enjoy it, I've just been determined that I'm not going to eat it. And so I look forward to the day that when I cook something for them, I can eat it as well. But right now, I'm just doing my salads, mushrooms. And I'll be back this week to show you guys some more things as we close out the detox. This is our last couple of days. Tuesday, when we get up, if I'm not mistaken, will be your day that you will start transitioning and having some warm broth. You can have that with your soup. So I'll be back tomorrow in the kitchen showing you guys how to make a quick soup as well as a broth that we can enjoy. It's going to be a sea veggie broth first, and then we'll do another dish, a quick soup, okay? And if you all don't have any questions, anybody got any questions? Okay. I appreciate you all for being with me today. Make sure you tell someone about the Alkaline Vegan Girls and being in the kitchen on Sundays. It's not always just going to be me. Like I said, it's about 3 other people, but we're doing the detoxing, and they're getting ready, preparing themselves and their skill set so that they can come into the kitchen as well. But make sure you invite your family to the group. I shared that with you all last week. We may go private, I'm not sure. But if we do, I just want you to bring your family in here. If we do or if we don't, bring your family inside of the group so that they can get the information that we are sharing every day, and on Sunday especially when I do the lives. As we kind of pull away from eating raw, I'll be able to do a little bit more foods, cook foods. But while I'm detoxing, I really don't even need that. Cool, we have the recipe. Thank you, definitely going to try. I don't have any recipe right now, but that's a good thing, Tracy. I can put something out. The thing about it is this: have fruits, have the vegetables in your house. Whatever you already have in your house, that's going to be in your soup. So if you got tomatoes, you got zucchini, you got squash, you got peppers, you got onions, you got some seaweed like the dry wakame. That's going to be in your soup. So you really don't have to do much. Just always have food in your refrigerator, and I promise you, we can make just about anything. My mom taught me how to do that. She was, we didn't grow up eating vegan, but what I did do and learn from my mom was how to prepare a meal with what we had. And so I could just, and I guess that's where I get this from today. I can go in my refrigerator and just grab what I need in my cabinets. Like I thought today, like, do I need to go to the store and buy anything? I said, no, you can make what you already got. You already got certain things, just use that. And so that's how I do with my soups. I just use whatever vegetables I already have. You got kale, you got whatever you already have in your refrigerator. That's what you're gonna put in your soup. So just when I pull my stuff out, pull your stuff out Sunday. So we're gonna, not Sunday, but tomorrow we're gonna get prepared for Tuesday so we can make the soup the night before, or on Tuesday when I get up I can do a quick soup. But I just say have your fruits and your vegetables and stuff on deck, and when we go forward. Days can be sweet staple and monk fruit. We don't eat monk fruit, so we stick with the nutritional guide. And the nutritional guide sweeteners are, the recommended sweeteners are the dates and agave. Your fruits like bananas, you can use that too for sweeteners. But the monk fruit I'm not too familiar with. I have heard of monk fruit though, and I have seen it. But I just kind of stick with what I know to be natural, So sometimes you don't know this history of the fruits and stuff like that, and it can get you in trouble. Soup season is here. Yes, it is. And so again, guys, thank you so much. I'll see you guys on tomorrow. I'll be back, and I love you all for just joining me. And like I said, invite somebody to come on next week with us. Peace.